Live with coverage you trust. This is NBC 10 News at 6.
Now at 6, new rules. A change for potential casino investors in southeastern Mass. Sad tribute. Family and friends remember a dragster driver who crashed into a restaurant in Bristol. And the NBC 10i team uncovers new details in the investigation of former House Speaker Gordon Fox. Good evening, I'm Patrice Wood. Well, we are now learning more about what federal investigators are looking for in connection with the Gordon Fox investigation. Agents visited Providence's Treasury Department, and the I-Team's Parker Gavigan is live in the newsroom with the latest. Parker?
Hi, Patrice. Well, we've learned through multiple sources that federal investigators visited Treasury after that subpoena for records was issued on Wednesday. The Treasury Department is where city checks are located. It's the center of the city's financials. Up on the 4th floor, it's near the top of Providence's City Hall, and the Treasury Department was the latest stop for federal investigators collecting documents. The NBC 10 I-Team confirming the feds visited the city office this week after a federal subpoena was issued. We also learned agents collected documents from the state's Board of Elections, specifically Gordon Fox's campaign finance records, on the same day the former Speaker's State House office and East Side home were raided last month. So there's been a lot that's unclear about this investigation, but let's talk about what we do know. Other than House Speaker, Gordon Fox was an attorney. He also served on the city's Board of Licenses. After he left that, he represented clients in front of the board who at times needed liquor licenses. More than a month ago, investigators collected documents from the city's Economic Development Partnership, PEDP, an agency that loans federal money to local businesses. Fox helped close loans for PEDP and was fined by the state's Ethics Commission for not disclosing more than $40,000 in income he had made. So we're seeing where investigators are going to collect documents: campaign finance records, city loans, and now city financials. It's painting a clearer picture, but Fox has not been charged with any crimes. Live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Parker Gavigan, NBC 10 News.
Parker, thank you. And new at 6, Rehoboth police are looking for help in finding this woman. She's 57-year-old Joyce Eddy of Rocky Hill Road in Rehoboth, and she's been missing since Tuesday night. Police tell NBC 10 that she was last seen around 9:30 at night at the Burger King on Taunton Avenue in East Providence. They say that she was following her husband home but never arrived. She was last seen driving a Honda Civic with mass plate 2BLL50. Anyone with information about 57-year-old Joyce Eddy should call Rehoboth police. New details in that dragster crash in Bristol that we first reported on last week. The driver of a dragster that went out of control in Bristol has now died. NBC 10's Sierra Putman is live in Bristol with details. Sierra?
Well, here in Bristol, police are investigating what led to the death of Steve Elmsley, a man that friends describe as a stand-up guy. The flag is at half-staff at Elmcote Tool in Bristol. Despite just losing the owner on Thursday, Steve Elmsley's employees are still working hard. They didn't want to go on camera, but spoke freely about their stand-up boss. A worker's dream, if you will. Mark Salomon told me, quote, "I've worked for several people since I got out of the Navy. Never worked for anybody as generous and nice in my entire life. Steve was my boss, but he was my friend more than anything," end quote. The 51-year-old was a man's man who loved life. He liked having fun on ATVs, snowmobiles, and motorcycles, but he loved people, especially his 16-year-old son. Pictures of the young man still hang next to Elmsley's desk. Not much has changed in his office since April 10th when he got into a freak accident. This is video from that night. Friends say he was testing the engine of his new front-engine dragster when something went wrong and it catapulted into a nearby restaurant. Bristol police are still trying to figure out what happened. For a week, friends hoped Elmsley would survive his injuries. They started the Facebook page Steve Elmsley Well Wishes. This page is where more than 200 people have told stories of how Elmsley was a man's man with a heart of gold. It's also where many learned the 51-year-old died. They now send well wishes to his family. One man admits it's hard to hold back the tears. And as you can imagine, this is a very trying time. Family and friends say they are sticking together to get through this. Reporting live in Bristol, Sierra Putman, NBC 10 News.